Hi students! In this video, we will review the August 2022 Algebra 1 Regents. This video will contain the solutions to questions number 11 through 15. Go ahead and grab a notebook and a pencil, and let's get started. Question number 11. What would be the order of these quadratic functions when they are arranged from the narrowest graph to the widest graph? Remember, the narrower the graph, the higher the coefficient. For instance, let's say 10x squared. It's going to look something like this. The wider the graph, the smaller the coefficient. So let's say y equals 0.1x squared. It's going to look something like this. So the question is asking us to go from narrowest to widest, which is actually -5. Now, I know you're probably like, isn't -5 less than 3? But we have to think about the absolute value, because even if it's going down, it's still very narrow. So we want to think about the absolute value of the coefficient. Whatever that number is, it must be the largest. So the narrowest here is going to be f of x. So that could be answer choice 1 or 4. Then right behind that is going to be h of x. So that's going to be choice 4. And then 0.5 is going to be the widest. So that must come last. So the correct answer is choice 4. Number 12. At Berkeley Central High School, a survey was conducted to see if students preferred cheeseburgers, pizza, or hot dogs for lunch. The results of this survey are shown in the table below. Based on this survey, what % of the students preferred pizza? Let's calculate how many students we have in total. So 4 plus 4 is 8, plus 2 is 10. So I'm going to put the 0, carry the 1. And then we have 2 plus 4 is 6, plus 3 is 9, plus 1 is 10. So we have 100 females in total. For the males, 4 plus 6 is 10. We have 0. We're going to carry the 1. 3 plus 3 is 6, plus 3 is 9, plus 1 is 10. So there are also 100 males. So in total, we have 200 students between the males and the females. The question is, what % of all of the students, which is out of 200, prefer pizza? So what's the total amount of students who prefer pizza? We can add up these two amounts. 44 plus 30 is 74. So the question is, what is 74 over 200 expressed as a %? Remember, % means per 100 or out of 100. So the easiest thing for us to do is to divide both the numerator and the denominator by 2. That's going to give us a denominator of 100. 7 divided by 2 is 3, remainder 1, and 14 divided by 2 is 7. So this is actually 37%. So the correct answer is choice 2. Which situation could be modeled by a linear function? Remember, for linear functions, we're adding or subtracting the same amount every single time. Adding or subtracting. Let's look at answer choice 1. The value of a car depreciates by 7% annually. That's going to be multiplying by 0.07 every year. That sounds like an exponential function to me. Let's check out choice 2. A gym charges a $50 initial fee and then $30 monthly. So you have $50 to begin with, and then you're adding $30 every single month. That sounds like a linear function to me. That would be the correct answer. Let's keep going though. The number of bacteria in a lab doubles weekly. To double means you're multiplying by 2 every single time. Sounds like an exponential function to me. And answer choice 4, the amount of money in a bank account increases by 0.1% monthly. Again, we'll be multiplying by 0.001 every single month. So that's also an exponential function. Choice 2 is the correct answer. Number 14. Which function has the smallest y-intercept value? The y-intercept is going to be the point where x is 0, and then we have some sort of y value. So you're asking yourself, what is y when x is 0? Let's take a look at our answer choices. For answer choice 1, the y-intercept is 0, 1, because when x is 0, y is 1. For answer choice 2, h of 0, which means x is going to be 0, is the square root of 0 minus 3. Since the square root of 0 is 0, 0 minus 3 is -3. So we have the point 0, -3 as our y-intercept. For answer choice 3, it's clear that the y-intercept is -2. So we have 0, -2. And for answer choice 4, we have f of 0 equals 0 squared plus 2 times 0 minus 1. So f of 0 equals -1. So the y-intercept is 0, -1. Out of all of these y-intercept values, the smallest number here is -3. So choice 2 is the correct answer. Number 15, when solving x squared minus 10x minus 13 equals 0 by completing the square, which equation is a step in the process? Let's go ahead and solve by completing the square. X squared minus 10x minus 13 equals 0. Step 1 when completing the square is to move the c term to the right. So we're going to add 13 on both sides. So we have x squared minus 10x, leave some space over here, equals 13. Then we're going to add b over 2 squared to both sides. So what is b? b is -10 divided by 2, and then we're going to square it. -10 divided by 2 is -5, and -5 squared is 25. So let's go ahead and add 25 to both sides. We now have x minus 5 squared, because I went ahead and factored the left-hand side, equals 38. Guys, let's just take a second to go over how I got x minus 5 squared. When you go ahead and factor this trinomial, right, you're going to have two numbers that can multiply to get x squared, that's x times x. And what two numbers, when you multiply, you get 25, but when you add, you get -10. When you multiply, you get 25, but when you add, you get -10. That's -5 times -5 is positive 25, and -5 plus -5 is -10. But it's much easier to express this as a perfect square. So it becomes x minus 5 squared. The beautiful thing about this problem is they don't really want us to find the final answer. This is sufficient for this problem. So we know that the final answer is choice 1. X minus 5 squared equals 38. This is a quick reminder to ask me questions. I love, love, love questions. It lets me know that you're paying attention, you're being inquisitive, you're being curious, and you're actually processing the information that I'm sharing here. So please go ahead, comment down below with your questions. What didn't you understand about this video? What would you like me to elaborate a little bit more deeply on? And I would be happy to record more videos to help you on your math goals. If you learned something in this video, please go ahead and like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.